prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
And we got a lot of dudes, man. I mean, a lot of RLDs, real live dudes that are flying around, and we should wreck shop.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and we're going to talk about everybody's favorite topic, and that is the quarterback position, the quarterback battle. Don't go anywhere. Don't hit that thumbs down. Don't run away just yet, because we're going to put a different twist on it today. So stick around. I think you'll enjoy this. But as always, before we get rolling, guys, make sure you do go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. Helps out the channel. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome on in. We're three dudes that love Tennessee athletics. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications so you don't miss out when we go live, when we drop new content. Had a fun live stream last night. Encourage you to go check it out if you missed it. The interaction with you guys is what makes those live streams so much fun. So we appreciate everybody that showed up and everybody that catches it after the fact on the replay as well. But like I said, we're going to talk about the quarterback position. Everybody knows where I stand. We're going to kind of go through some things and discuss it. Here's some clips from Thursday's scrimmage.
Go compete, play hard. Play as hard as you can, snap the whistle, repeat all day long. Everybody got me?
Loud and proud, loud and proud. Tennessee on three. 1, 2, 3. Tennessee.
All right, let's go play ball. Here we go. Let's go, baby. Hey, we rocking all season, baby.
Love seeing those clips. That team is playing with a different level of energy than we saw last year. So I'm excited. We're just a little over 2 weeks away from kickoff, but let's get into it. Let's share up the article. This is from A to Z Sports, article written by Zach Reagan, and it's Joe Milton's biggest on-field issue when he was at Michigan. You guys all know where I stand when it comes to this quarterback competition. You guys know I'm a Joe Milton guy, and it's not that I'm a Joe Milton guy. I'm laying out the reasons why I believe he will be the starter. Yes, there are some issues. Yes, there are some concerns, as there would be if Hendon Hooker wins the starting job. Same if Harrison Bailey wins the starting job. Every quarterback brings something different to the table, whether pros or cons. But everything leads me to believe right now that Joe Milton will be the starter. We look at the article. It says the Tennessee Vols haven't announced yet who the starting quarterback will be for the season opener against Bowling Green on September 2nd, but the decision seems to be trending towards Michigan transfer Joe Milton. And look, some of you guys want to say, well, he's not announced a starter, Boogie. He never said that, Boogie. You can't believe the media, Boogie. You can't believe this. You can't believe that. There are people in and around this program that have way more knowledge than you or I. They have way more knowledge, not of just of the game, but also the ins and outs, things going around Knoxville. There is a reason that I've been a lifetime member of VolQuest. I've been a member of that that website for so long because they have contacts. Usually if Brent Hubbs or Austin Price says it, you can take it as the gospel. There are other guys in and around the program, guys like Eric Ainge, guys like Kyler Kirbyson that are former players that have access to practice. And when they start giving you information, sure, it might not always be spot on, might not always be 100%, but when all the ducks are starting to line up, everything leads to Joe Milton being the starter. The article goes on to say Milton, who has 3 years of eligibility remaining, has been praised this fall for his strong arm, ability to pick up yards with his legs, and his impressive size at 6'5", 244 pounds. Strong arm is the attribute that's been standing out the most for Milton this fall. And then it's got the clip here from Cedric Tillman talking about, giving up on plays and stopping, and Milton tells him to keep running because he can throw it 70 or 80 yards. Says his strong arm could be a huge weapon for the Vols, but it could also be a curse. When Milton was at Michigan, one of his biggest struggles was dialing back his arm strength. And if you're still with me, bear with me, because this isn't all about Joe Milton. Stick around. The quote says, I throw hard, so it's been pretty hard to touch up the ball, said Milton at Michigan in 2019. It's an issue that he worked on before leaving Ann Arbor. Here's what Michigan offensive coordinator Josh Gaddis had to say about Milton and his touch last fall. Says everybody's got all 5 fingers, he said with a laugh. No fingers getting jammed out there, no one losing anything. His accuracy has been exceptional. That was one of the things we talked about as far as taking RPMs off, knowing how to give a catchable ball. He added that the accuracy and ball placement has never been an issue. Never been an issue for Milton. So I don't need to hear about his completion percentage at Michigan, because guess what? He's not at Michigan any longer. He's at the University of Tennessee in a different offensive system with a different offensive coordinator and a different quarterbacks coach and a different head coach, different receivers, different circumstances. What he did at Michigan does not matter at this point. Said it's never been an issue with his accuracy, but whether receivers can handle the heat was an occasional problem. I'll give you that. And that's what leads into what this video is all about. I'm just going to stop it there. I'm just going to stop the screen share, stop the article there. They're talking about Joe Milton, and some of you brought this up in the comments, and it's a valid point. Can Joe Milton add a little touch? Because that's what makes Harrison Bailey a great quarterback. Or a good quarterback. I shouldn't say great. Don't throw that word around. No quarterback on this team is great yet. But what stands out for Harrison Bailey is his ability to put touch on the ball. He does have good accuracy. So can Joe Milton do that? And this is where, yes, I've been laying it out for weeks that Joe Milton's going to be the starter. It doesn't mean that I think Joe Milton is an all-SEC football player. What I believe is he has the tools that Josh Heupel wants. And that's the difference maker, guys. That's the difference maker when you want to look at what Joe Milton did at Michigan, when you want to look at his stat line at Michigan. Josh Heupel was not developing Joe Milton at Michigan. Josh Heupel's the difference maker. So can Joe Milton take a little off the ball? Can he learn to throw with a little bit of touch? I think we've got one of the best quarterback whisperers in the country working with Joe Milton right now. I think he's going to figure it out. We've talked about the guys that Josh Heupel has developed in the past. Go all the way back to 2015, Utah State, Kent Myers. In 9 games, he threw for over 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Pretty good ratio. 2016, 2017, as the offensive coordinator at Missouri, we all know the story there. Worked with Drew Lock. Drew Lock threw for almost 3,400 yards in 2016, almost 4,000 yards in 2017. 23 touchdowns to 10 interceptions that first season, 44 touchdowns to 13 interceptions the second season. Then you move on to Central Florida. Mackenzie Milton, 2018, threw for over 2,500 yards. Something is always consistent here. Touchdowns to interception ratio, always good when you look at stats. 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And then we know the Dylan Gabriel story. Threw for over 3,500 yards both seasons. Again, touchdown to interception ratio, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions in 2019. And then last season, 32 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. What's one thing that all of those guys have in common as I run down names and stats of guys that Josh Heupel has developed? They were all 3 stars, other than Drew Lock. Drew Lock was a 4-star prospect, big-time quarterback. Everybody else that Josh Heupel has developed, had success with, put up PlayStation numbers with, 3-star quarterbacks. So I think when he looks at Joe Milton, he licks his chops because he sees the raw athleticism and talent that Joe Milton brings to the table. He thinks he can mold and develop it and turn him into something special at Tennessee. When we watch all the highlights from both scrimmages, who do we consistently see front and center? That's Joe Milton. but this isn't a video to sit and praise Joe Milton. I know you guys, some of you are sick of it. Some of you enjoy it. Some of you enjoy the debate back and forth. That's what the channel is all about. This video is more about Josh Heupel. That's the wild card. That's the difference maker. I don't care if it's Harrison Bailey, Hendon Hooker, or Joe Milton. I like the odds when we have Josh Heupel sitting in that quarterback room working with those guys. Like I said, I don't care which quarterback it is, but I think he sees the raw athleticism and ability that Joe Milton brings to the table, the ability to throw it 70 or 80 yards. So when we talk about, can he take a little bit off? Can he add a little touch? I would say Josh Heupel can probably bring the best out of Joe Milton, but we're going to find out in about 2 weeks if Joe Milton trots out there on the field, or is it Harrison Bailey, or is it Hendon Hooker? I do not care who it is, because I think Josh Heupel is the wild card. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. You agree, disagree? Sick of talking about the quarterbacks, sick of talking about Joe Milton. It is what it is. It's the hot topic. It's what every podcast, every live stream, every media outlet, they're talking about the quarterbacks, and they're doing it for a reason, because it's the hot topic. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, you can pick up the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. If you don't want to pick up a shirt, that's fine. Just hit that thumbs up. Share out this video. Post it on Twitter. Post it on Facebook. Tell somebody about the Talkin' VAWLS Network. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Again, this is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
The songs howl like me, poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we draw home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.